such a different kind of video, but whilst I know that I have male clients and males do follow me, there's also females who follow me. And as a woman, I like my beauty, like random beauty stuff. So I thought I'd share with you some of my beauty stuff that I use, particularly when it comes to my face. I'm 25 now, and so I'm aging. And so my skin's becoming very, very precious. And so the way I treat my skin and the things I do for my skin is very intuitive in comparison to what I used to do when I was younger. First one, the most important one, is hydration, of course. And I try my best to either drink spring water or alkaline water. There's a place that we really like to get water from, but you know, sometimes life happens, but I do try my best to always stay hydrated with clean water. This is the best thing you could do. Yes, you're on the floor right now, but that's because you're in my bedroom. And I've got a heap of beauty stuff up there that I'm going to show you after I have a shower. Next one that I use pretty much daily is collagen. Usually in like a protein shake or a smoothie or overnight oats. Or I've tried a collagen coffee before and put collagen in my coffee, but I didn't like the mix of that. Sometimes I put it in like turmeric lattes and stuff like that, but I try and have collagen every day. Like some days I forget, I will admit, but I do try my best to have collagen. But yeah, this is just a random food thing. There's a lot of things from my diet that I do and I'm very intuitive with. Like your omegas are really important. So I have an omega-3 DHA EPA supplement. Even though I get omegas from fish and nuts and stuff like that, I still like to have it. And yeah, anyway, so moving on to the non-nutritional sides of it. I'll make a different video about nutrition because it's just a very broad topic. But I do just want to start off with the, like, it's not all about what you put on your skin. It's also about what you eat and consume and what you drink that matters as well, of course. So we're going to remove this makeup. This is just some micellar cleansing water, and with these little pads. This has got nothing to do with weight loss, really. But I thought I'd start making some content just so you guys get to know me a little bit more. And sometimes, like, a lot of my clients end up having similar interests to me. Like, with the women, sometimes it's, like, beauty stuff, or it's, like, random hormone stuff, that they're interested in, that I help them out with as well. And sometimes with the males, you know, it's about, you know, more so the gym sides of stuff and getting stronger, or sleep, for example. Or there's other hobbies that I like surfing and the ocean, and then we get talking about holidays and things that have nothing to do with weight loss. So, you know, I feel like there's no shame in me sharing this. Because, yeah, as a woman, I like watching sometimes like beauty stuff online. So I just gently cleanse. Something I'm being mindful of these days is to not press into my skin too hard and just be really gentle with it. I did go a period of like 3 weeks where I just used water and I didn't use any products on my skin, which worked really well. But then I started creating more content and doing more things within the business sides of stuff, which is where I kind of needed to wear makeup. And so now I'm back to using like products on my skin, which to be honest I don't like doing, but yeah, anyway, it's okay. First world problems. So now we're gonna go into the shower, and I'll have a shower and then I'll show you the products I use in the shower and after the shower. But that's my skin now. I used to have really bad acne when I was younger as well, so you will see a tiny bit of scarring on my face from that, but It's okay, like it's pretty good. It's actually the next day, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do now. So what I did last night, which made my face really red, however, all of my blackheads look so much better, is I just use this particular, it's like a pimple popper, but I use it in a proper way where I don't create any scarring on my face. And basically I use that on my T-zone, so my chin, my nose, a little bit on my cheeks and my forehead. And then it makes my face really red, okay? But because of the way I do it, it actually doesn't introduce any new acne. And then I just put a moisturizer on to sleep with. But what I'm going to show you now is just my gentle skin cleanser, which is from Cetaphil. So I've just been out and about, and I just want to quickly just wash my face. I do it maybe max twice a week, and I use this like ball circle looking end, and I just go in a direction like so, but don't press too hard, otherwise you will scar your skin. But like honestly, the blackheads they're looking really good. Anyway, so I gotta get into some more work, but I'm actually gonna put on this face mask now. This is a collagen infused face mask. And as I mentioned before, I'm getting a bit older now. And I've noticed my skin is aging, so I'm trying to include more collagen into my diet by using collagen powder, but when it comes to face masks as well. So I'm gonna put this on for about 20 minutes. I do a face mask, I'd say about twice a week as well. I haven't found one that I like love and adore yet, but this one is quite nice. It's like eco-friendly or something. How do I open this? Here we go. So I'm gonna get into a heap of work, but more work, but it's not going to require me to film today. So I like to do a face mask on the day or days that I don't wear makeup. The funny thing is, like, on the weekend and stuff, I don't wear makeup. It's so funny. I literally only wear makeup to film majority of the time. Like, very rarely I'll put on makeup when I like go out to dinner or something. And I don't know why. I just go through phases where I feel like I need to wear makeup on content, because I will admit, I've noticed people take me more seriously when I wear makeup. I don't know if that's because I look a bit older when I wear makeup. I have been told that I look like I'm 20 or 22, but also I've been told that I'm like 27 or 35. And so I'm very confused in terms of how old do I look. And it's honestly, in all honesty, it's really frustrating. People will associate age with maturity, or like knowledge and stuff, and in all honesty, I have always been very mature. I grew up very quickly for lots of different reasons, and like I left home when I was 13, so yeah. I think maybe to people, like, this is my honest opinion, I think to people who are older than me, they, like, maybe it triggers them that someone who's younger than them knows more than they know in certain departments like health, like fitness. I mean, I studied pre-medical science, biomedical science as well. I have also been an athlete. Like, I've done a lot in my life. So I've lived overseas. I've also never been interested in partying and drinking and smoking and drugs like lots of young kids get caught up in. I've always had a very mature mind. And so maybe to people who are older, like, it triggers them a bit that someone younger than them can be maybe mature or wiser in certain areas. But yeah, it's just due to the way I, you know, was kind of raised. I left home when I was 13, was raised by other coaches, basically. I've done a lot in my life and I'm proud of that. So, you know, but it does, here's a bit of a rant, but it does genuinely frustrate me when people don't take me seriously because I look younger in the face. Like, come on. And in all honesty, looking younger in the face, like sometimes I look younger. To some people, I will look younger than 25, you know? And therefore they won't take me as seriously. But the thing is, if I look younger in the face than 25, if I actually do, I don't know, everyone seems to have different opinions. If I do, then that's like a good thing, right? I'm obviously taking care of my health, and that's why I look vital and young in my face. You know, people think I'm 20, 21. That's like 4 years difference. However, people who know me and actually know my personality and actually talk to me and don't make a judgment about me based off the way I look, they tend to think I'm older, like 28. I got asked by mum the other day if I'm married, you know. I wish I was married, but I'm not. And so I think there's a difference in people's perception of me based on what I look like versus when they actually get to know me, you know. And it's annoying, you know, but at the end of the day, I know better than anyone else not to judge a book by its cover. And therefore, I never judge a book by its cover based on your age or what you look like, you know. But yeah, that's just a random rant. So I'm going to leave this on for 20 minutes. This is the exfoliator I use. I try to use it every 2 to 3 days. It's really, really light. It's just a Cetaphil one. And it doesn't have like those grainy bubbles in them. Some exfoliators have like a grainy bubble, kind of like grains in them, which is just like ripping all of your skin cells off your face, which can just cause more acne, okay? So that's why I like this very gentle facial cleanser, and when I put it on, I'm very, very gentle with my skin. So I'm gonna do some work and I'll see you when I take this face mask off. You know, I was thinking last night, I was watching this one YouTube video, it's like a 15-minute video of this very successful young man, and he's 21, you know, and he looks really young. But because, you know, we know he's successful because of what he posts on the internet, I see him as mature and wise. Whereas someone else who might just meet him on the street, doesn't know what he does for work, might associate him as an immature 21-year-old. You know, and that's just another example of people judging a book by its cover. So it's annoyed me my whole life, to be honest. My whole life it has annoyed me, but you know what? It's okay. People are going to judge when usually they are insecure, or maybe they weren't as, you know, I'm very lucky and grateful to be able to do what I did and do what I do now, which has led to a very broad life, you know, experience and existence. So some people, I think, maybe just haven't experienced that, and that's why they jump to conclusions about, oh, you're young, you must be so immature. But at the same time, it's like, actually, no, I'm 25. And secondly, I mean, I run my own business with very successful, happy, healthy clients. Like, that's a lot of work for a young person to be able to do and be successful in, right? And so I think, you know, some people should probably step back for a second and just be like, oh, you know, if she has achieved that and she's looks after her body and cares for her body and her health and stuff like that, and yeah, she might be younger, that maybe that's a even better representation. Like, it didn't take me 30, 40, 50 years of my life to then start prioritizing my health. My health has always been a priority. Why? Because I was raised as an athlete, okay? And again, I'm grateful for that. And I don't think I would prioritize my health and my fitness if I wasn't brought into that world at a young age. So, you know. Anyway, let's get some work done. Okay, so we just took off the mask. As you can see, my face is glowing. It's really like, it's really shiny. But of course, the best thing you can do for your skin is also just go in the salt water. So it's quite sunny and we're gonna go jump in the ocean. And hopefully get a bit of a tan, because as you can tell, my face is a lot paler than my body. But that's literally the salt water. When I go in the ocean regularly and I go in the salt water regularly, my skin looks phenomenal. So off we go. You know what's crazy about living where I live is that everyone prioritizes their fitness, like the environment. I just saw someone running on the sand, which is so hard. A pregnant woman who's very heavily pregnant walking on the sand, which is so much harder than the pavement. People stand up kayaking and stand up paddleboarding and whatnot. There's endless people walking up and down like the sand. It's just crazy. So, you know what, if you struggle with health and fitness or just getting active and fit, change your environment. Get in a community of people who are prioritizing the same thing. If it's weight loss, get in a community where people are also prioritizing weight loss. Where I live, a lot of people prioritize their health and their fitness. And I see why. There's no excuse not to when the weather's this nice. I'm from the beach. I've actually been home for a while and just let the salt water sit on my face while I got some work done. Gonna show you one of my favorite snacks that I love to have. Brazil nuts and healthy fats in general are really great for your skin. Don't be afraid of fats, for women and men. Men need good hormones as well. And selenium is just one of those blood work parameters that most people lack, just because of the way food is processed these days. But you can find selenium in Brazil nuts. So what I'm gonna do is pit this date, put a Brazil nut inside, like so, wrap it up, and then I know it probably looks gross, but it tastes amazing. So good. Dates are very high calorie, just like sultanas, figs, any sort of like dried fruit. It's very high calorie for the volume that it is. So when you're trying to lose weight, it's a better idea to like eat an apple, for example, and kind of steer away from dried fruit. At the same time though, dates particularly, they are very nutritious and they are so good for women in their luteal phase, which I'm in. Oh. Organic nuts also just taste phenomenal. Like, there's so much flavor to them and great nutritional value in organic nuts. Like, if I buy nuts, they're organic. Yum. So, I'm gonna eat this other one. Honestly, all I'm gonna do is wash my face with some water and put some moisturizer on at night. So there's not really much more to show you, but yeah. If you're a woman and you're watching this, you will notice more acne or breakouts during your luteal phase. That's just normal, because your estrogen levels are going all the way down. Oh, I'll show you two supplements, actually. Well, I'll show you one. This one is great for your skin. The other supplement isn't necessarily good for your skin. Omega-3, DHA, EPA. I don't like fish oil, just because it's really high in mercury and I don't know the way that the supplement is processed. So this one's actually vegan. I'm not vegan, but it's really clean. And it's made from marine microalgae. And algae is what fish eat. That's how fish have DHA, EPA in them. That's how fish have omega-3s in them. So, for those who don't like fish as well, this is basically just going straight to the source and skipping the middleman. But that's it for today's video, guys. I just took that out of my mouth, I know, but my camera's about to die. This was a very authentic video, just showing you what I like to do for my skin, and so that you can get to know me more. Literally thinking about it today, how on social media, unless you work on social media, it's really easy for people to have this idea of who you are, when really, like, who you are is only shown to a very minimal amount on social media. Like, I reckon about 5-10% of me is shown on social media. The other 90-95% you don't see, you know, and that's just because we're human beings. But hope you enjoyed this one. If you do want to book a call below to discuss your weight loss or health problems or concerns and see if I can help you from where you are now, and see if we can kind of create a roadmap as to how to get to where you want to be. No pressure, of course, but if you are interested, you can click in the description below. So good. Okay, bye.